Welcome back to Kiesel News, everybody. To start today off, we have absolutely insane news, being that Deadpool and Wolverine has said the word fuck 118 times, a new franchise record. Let's go. This obviously makes the movie a 10 out of 10. No, seriously, this just made me curious, because it reminded me of how the South Park movie purposely did only 399 swear words to avoid getting the NC-17 rating, and it made me wonder if maybe Deadpool 4, if they make one of those, could potentially try and do that. That's my suggestion for Deadpool 4. If they want to top Deadpool 3, I haven't even seen Deadpool 3, maybe it was asked, but if they want to top Deadpool 3, just do more swear words, guys, because that obviously gets you publicity. Okay, now we actually pivot to some serious news. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons spent over $2.3 million buying classic cars after the Sony acquisition, and it was the same day this was uncovered that he made a statement that they laid off 220 employees because the company had been dealing with financial challenges. Since I basically just read the Culture Crave headline word for word, I feel like I should just point out, yes, this is from Culture Crave, even though you can see the image. So this is just fucking, like, this is something I would expect fucking David Zaslav to do. Like, come on, dude. If you can afford $2.3 million worth of cars, then I think you could give each of your 220 employees that you laid off at least like an extra week of work, you know? Like, do you really need to buy $2.3 million worth of classic cars? And it makes it even worse when you find out that one person who was laid off, Kelly Jin, a former Bungie producer, was laid off right before she received her maternity leave benefits. So now she's not going to get jack shit despite having her baby, and she should be getting some money from maternity leave, and now she's not going to get any because she was just laid off. Like, it's such fucking bullshit. And also that the huge CEOs can get all this money that they don't need. Like, we shit on celebrities all the time, like Robert Downey Jr., and I did too, I'm not saying we shouldn't, for getting like $80 million for a role just for acting. But like, this is even worse, because Robert Downey Jr. at least isn't harming anybody by getting his $80 million. While Pete Parsons, on the other hand here, like, you're really, like, okay, it's different, because Pete Parsons is the CEO. Like, I'm sure he could pull some strings if he really wanted to and be like, hey, I'm going to give some of my money to my employees that I laid off here. And obviously you don't have to, there's no written law that says you do, but I don't know, I feel like it'd just be the kind thing to do, especially for employees that have worked at your company for so long, you know? The House of the Dragon Season 2 finale leaked. So I think what's extremely funny about this whole scenario is just the fact that the first finale leaked as well. Like, you think they would have done everything in their power to keep shit from leaking. Obviously, I know that you can't control leaks, a lot of them. One of the big shows that I know about that constantly gets leaked is Ninjago. Literally fucking every season seems to get leaked by some television network before its official release. Like, they either air it early or something. But in that case, it's at least an official distributor fucking up. House of the Dragon, it's been not that. It's been a third party, like, totally just exposing the finale early, and I think that's definitely unfortunate for the fans, because if I was a fan of House of the Dragon, I'd want to experience it when it was meant to come out, and not have to dodge spoilers, just to risk not pirating it. Alright, I don't have much to say about this, but the Power World community manager says he isn't worried about the game being dead and low player counts. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? The game is deader than a doornail, bro. Like, who talks about Power World anymore? No one. He's obviously just trying to cover his ass here. Not much else to say. There's not some secret agenda that we have to uncover here. Twitch has supposedly saw a huge drop in market share in recent times, and they lost 10% of it to YouTube and Kick. Now, I am just fucking blown away by how big Kick is in this case then. Like, I still thought that, like, okay, I thought YouTube was kind of catching up here, because a lot of big Twitch streamers did end up going to YouTube. But Twitch, I still thought it reigned supreme, you know? Like, by a long shot. I especially didn't expect Kick to have such a big uptick in users. Like, I know they have, like, Aiden Ross and, fucking Sneeko? Is Sneeko on Kick? And they have XQC. But, like, aside from that, who else is really even on Kick? I mean, obviously, Twitch is still the hugest here by far. Like, they're more than double what YouTube Gaming is, so it's not like Twitch is dying or Twitch isn't the biggest, but it's definitely shocking to see them lose 10% of their market share. Quickly, Death Battle has officially announced their next two fights that are in the works, now that, Chad and James own Death Battle again, and they're officially coming this year at some point, along with two others. And these two fights are Omni-Man versus Bardock and Bowser versus Eggman. Bowser versus Eggman I'm particularly excited for. I think that'll be an awesome episode. Maybe instead of Mario versus Sonic Olympic Games, we can get Eggman versus Bowser Olympic Games. How about that, Olympics? Longlegs is doing a cool promotion where if you were born on the 14th of every month, you can see the movie for free. And this has to do with the killer's motive in the movie. And I think this is very fucking interesting. It's obviously gimmicky, but it's a cool way to throw a gimmick in. And yeah, I have to respect them for that. Just imagine your birthday fell on the 14th of a month, though, and you wanted to go see Longlegs with your friends for your birthday, but you couldn't because only you were born on the 14th. So you got to go in for free, but everybody else had to pay. That'd be kind of fucking ironic. A Britney Spears biopic is in the works, with John M. Chu set to direct. John M. Chu has worked on fucking Crazy Rich Asians, and he's worked on G.I. Joe Retaliation. Like, that's quite the fucking filmography for a Britney Spears biopic here. Because, I mean, Britney Spears is crazy, and she was rich. I mean, I think the director of Crazy Rich Asians is the perfect choice here. Like, I don't know what else to say. She's definitely, deserving of a biopic. Like, I think it's a weird choice, but I also think that there's enough to cover with all of her drama. I don't see a lot of people actually willing to go see it, though. Like, I know I wouldn't be caught dead in the theater for this, but place your bets on who the next celebrity to get a biopic will be. Quickly, I have to keep talking about the Inside Out 2 milestones. It's now past Avengers to become the 10th highest grossing film of all time. What the actual fuck? Above the Avengers? Are you for real? Are you absolutely kidding me? I have nothing more to say. I just wanted to keep you guys updated. Netflix Geek Week will be returning on September 16th. Now, this is pretty exciting, if you ask me. There's quite a few things here that I'm interested in for sure. Squid Game mainly being the main one. Hopefully, by the time this video is out, my Squid Game short is out. But Squid Game Season 2 and 3 have been confirmed. 2 is coming December 26th, right? So I actually think it's very likely that we could get our first real trailer for Season 2, like genuine one with footage and everything. Because I know that the trailer for Squid Game Season 1 came out like only a week before it released or something, but this is a way bigger event than the first season was, so I can definitely see them really wanting to hype it up. Arcane, I'm sure, will be huge. Same with Cobra Kai. One Piece, too, that'll be interesting. But Black Mirror, I actually wasn't expecting to get anything. I kind of thought this last season here was the last one. We haven't really heard anything new about it, so I'm glad to hear that we'll be getting more. And one show that I'm really hoping to hear more about is You Season 5, because Netflix said that was coming this year, and we still have no news on it whatsoever, and we're going into August. And the show usually releases around the fall time. Season 4 released in February and March with Part 1 and Part 2, but it's obviously too late in 2024 to get it in February or March, so we're going to have to get it at some point, unless it's delayed. But yeah, this list here from Discussing Film is far from the full list by any means. These are just the big ones. Geek Week, the geek stuff usually goes for a long time, like 3 hours, so there should be a lot of reveals. It appears Jamie Lee Curtis has been cast in a Marvel project because she's since walked back all of her bad statements regarding Marvel Phase 4. Well, okay, we don't know for sure that she's in a project. I'm just memeing here, but I don't really see any other reason as to why she would feel the need to apologize. Like, you don't need to apologize for not liking Marvel. You can just not like Marvel. It's clear that she's been being paid the big bucks, if you ask me. Although, maybe she's just trying to hide out from all the relentless Marvel fans. Because, I mean, look at Martin Scorsese. Like, when he said something like, Marvel films aren't cinema, like, it wasn't even that much of a dig. He was just pointing out how, like, they weren't like your traditional film or whatever. And Marvel fans just went absolutely apeshit on him. Obviously, Martin Scorsese, being the Chad that he was, didn't really care about this. But it's just like, why do Marvel fans care so much about what other people think about their movies? Like, I get it, you don't want your movies to be shit on, but they should be used to it by now with all the anti-woke channels that constantly shit on all the new projects. This is an official fucking SpongeBob poster, guys. An official SpongeBob poster. This actually exists. They actually acknowledge the Squidward game joke. This is the best day of my life. And we thought the Sandy Cheeks movie situation couldn't get any funnier. Boy, were we wrong. Kurt Russell, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Patrick J. Adams are set in the new Yellowstone spinoff, reportedly. And I think that these are great casting choices. Michelle Pfeiffer, like, we don't even need to go through her filmography. She's been in so much shit. Kurt Russell, same exact fucking thing. Obviously, he was Ego in Marvel, but he's been way, way more than that as well. Patrick J. Adams has mostly been in Lost and Suits. Those are really what I know him from. But yeah, I think these are all good casting choices, not just for the acting alone, but they also just look like they fit the Yellowstone aesthetic to me. Like, Patrick J. Adams, at least in the picture they use here, he looks like fucking Jamie from Yellowstone. Interestingly, Michelle Pfeiffer looks like she could play a Beth that's a bit older. So would this maybe be a time skip? Who knows? I don't know who Kurt Russell would play in this case. But dude, imagine he plays an older Rip. I could actually see that. Him and Cole Hauser kind of have similar head shapes, face shapes. Yeah, this could be what the next spinoff is, because they are axing out Kevin Costner. I guess we will see. I cannot wait for Yellowstone Season 5 Part 2, man. Like, it's been way, way too fucking long. We need to see this shit come to a close. And honestly, I'm so excited to see John Dutton probably fucking die if they're writing off Kevin Costner. I think the show would actually be a lot better without him.